Arteta gives injury update on Saka, Ez and Timber. Mikel Arteta has delivered an injury update on a host of players, including Bukayo Saka, Jurrien Timber and Martin Odegaard, ahead of our match against Bournemouth. The trio, along with Riccardo Calafiori and Piero Hincapié, did not feature in our opening training session on Thursday. When asked if any of the players would be available to face Bournemouth, Mikel said, "There have been changes since yesterday, yes." One player that did feature was Ez, who last played for us in the 2-0 win against Bayer Leverkusen last month. The boss confirmed our number 10 is available to face the Cherries this weekend and revealed the England international has been pushing to return as soon as possible. He said, "He's available. He has been ahead of schedule. My first conversation with him, he felt a niggle. He wanted to be available the next week. We knew that was impossible. But the recovery, the will that he's shown from day one to get back as quick as possible, how he's pushed the medical staff and himself to be there tomorrow. It's just great to watch." Another player working on his recovery is Mikel Merino, who last featured in our 3-2 defeat against Manchester United back in January. When asked about his recovery, the boss said, "He's another one that is going to push every boundary. He's out of his boot now. He's doing quite a lot of exercises already. He's reacted really well to the surgery. He's got no pain. It's more for the medical staff to go a bit further on that. But I'm sure there is a chance to make that period shorter. If there is a person who can do it, I'm sure that's going to be Mikel again." Eberechi is back, and he could be joined by other key returnees for Bournemouth clash. Mikel Arteta has hinted at more potential injury boosts for Arsenal against Bournemouth to go along with the return of Eberechi. England midfielder is back in contention for Saturday's lunchtime clash for Premier League, Dana returning to training this week earlier than expected following a calf issue that has seen him miss the last 3 matches and withdraw from England duty. He's available, Arsenal boss Arteta said of Ez at his pre-Bournemouth press conference on Friday. "My first conversation with him, he felt a niggle. He wanted to be available the next week. We knew that was impossible, but the recovery, the will he's shown from day one to get back as quick as possible, how he's pushed the medical staff and himself to be there tomorrow. It's great to watch." While he's trained on Thursday, Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, Jurrien Timber and Riccardo Calafiori were all absent, along with Piero Hincapié and Mikel Merino. Gunners captain Odegaard has endured an injury-hit season and only returned from a 6-week absence with a knee problem last weekend when he started against Southampton. Odegaard was in the starting lineup again in midweek for the win over Sporting, but went down off the ball in the second half and was replaced shortly afterwards. Saka has not played since the Carabao Cup final, after which he pulled out of the England squad after initially joining up. Saka was not involved against either Southampton or Sporting, but Arsenal had been hoping he would return in time for the resumption of the Premier League campaign. Timber, meanwhile, has not played since he went off in the first half against Everton before the international break. It is believed to be a groin injury that the Dutch defender has been contending with. Asked about Odegaard, Saka, Timber and Calafiori not training on Thursday, Arteta replied, "Yeah, have been changes since yesterday." Pressed on if all 4 players would now be available for the visit of Bournemouth to the Emirates Stadium, he said, "I don't know, some of them." On Hincapié, who was injured playing for Ecuador against Morocco last month, the manager responded, "There will be changes tomorrow, good try." Arteta also offered a new update on Merino, who has been out since undergoing surgery on a rare and serious foot injury in early February. "He's going to push every boundary," Arteta said. "He's out of his boot, doing quite a lot of exercises already. He reacted really well to the surgery, and he's got no pain. I'm sure there is a chance to make that period shorter. If there is a person that can make that shorter, It's Mikel.